too, Genda Sensei?
What?
あれ、源田先生、タバコ吸ってんのか
Of course.
I figured if they
確かに
could
沙織
pull a fast one on
沙織
Sauriku,
ちゃん、復元さ
I'd
れた
at
んか
least want to look him in the eye.
Why are all these people here?
We've been waiting for you, Yagami-san.
Good.
こんな
Oh,
に
and
大勢
I
でって
heard about Sawa-sensei.
お前
I'm
な、
so
自分が
sorry.
何したか分かってんのかよ
Our condolences.
キムタクを
Looks
襲っ
like
て
she got
何
mixed up in
痴
all
漢
this
を
when
でっ
our
ち上
kid
げ
was
て
chasing after Kawana.
その他の殺人
But
の
we're
加
still
担だ
not
ろ
sure why they chased him.
It's incredible, I must say. With the mouth and with the prosecution assuming he's just another.
This is no time to be impressed. In case you forgot.
確かに
Right.
っていうことは実際にケツ触れたっていう事実はないわけか
Any thoughts after
Stop it.
you're gonna look away? You ate.
I mean,
Who
yes.
put this video up?
Sensei did. He said from the start that once Ehara-san got his guilty verdict, he'd upload it to the internet.
So that was all part of the plan.
Yeah. Sensei can't forgive the law for how easy it lets off bullies. Ehara-san's the same way.
そりゃ
His
そうだな
son's death was brushed aside, and that's what led them to his whole plan. The real victim is some bully who never got what he deserved, and the killer gets off in court by being convicted of battery.
ああそれはお前のことか
How would the public respond after finding out they...
So Kawana and Ahara's real plan was to.
Seems to be going well for them. The courts are
I guess Ahara really would. He was never concerned about his own punishment. He turned it.
Yeah, cop or not, Ahara. Nobody took responsibility for his son's death.
うーん
Courts all but ignored his case. No wonder he went along with Kawana.
I can't even imagine.
Yeah.
Sensei and Ehara-san are the perfect pair with nothing to lose. The only ones who do are the ones forced to comply.
うん
Us.
いやお前
Speaking
さ
of
自殺に
which, are
さ
we done here yet?
お前さその態度何自殺に追い込ん
Yagami-san,
で
you sure that's enough?
Yeah, I think we've got plenty. At the very least, we know that the
The
prosecutor.
courts were being intentionally misled.
Are you saying you want a retrial?
I am. We'll reveal Ahara and Kawana.
Why do you say that, Genda-sensei?
なんで難しいん
Well, the previous trial resulted in Ahara being found guilty, right?
さすがに有罪になったのを無罪にさ
If
せ
he
る
doesn't want an appeal, there's doesn't matter what any lawyer tries to do. If Ahara refuses to appeal, then that's that.
確かに控訴は弁護士だけでできるもんじゃないのか
First, we need to see how he reacts.
Sounds good.
Will do.
So,
We sure are.
じゃあ痛い痛い痛い痛い痛い痛いみたい
You Imamiya told us some things. Like how you faked you wanted the sexual.
Well,
Your goal was to avenge your son and humiliate the law on a grand scale.
I have no idea what you're...
Ahara-san, we have a much better grasp of the situation.
And what exactly...
To give the man who pushed your son to...
うん
And you'd miss out on that opportunity if you were at home, which is why you were in Ijincho instead. Isn't that right?
うん
There's
Jiwa
no
jiwa
way
to.
you weren't there. And I'd put my money on that.
And then...
Need the whole play-by-play?
Oh, not at all.
Shinjuku Station.
人が触ったパンツ
After
しかもおっ
Mami
さん
and
が触った
Kawana
のを
acted out the groping as they arrived at Shinjuku
女性
Station.
が履いてって気持ち悪くないんかね
Kawana jumped after
でも
the
さ
swap.
その IC
Mami
カードにさ
started
クワナ
calling
の
for
さ指紋残ってないん
help.
か
After that,
中学の時にもいじめにあってたのそういう
When I heard about it, I chewed him out. They walk
あ
all over you because you're weak.
お前も悪いじゃないか普通に
Because he hated
本当だよ
living.
な私立高校しかも頭いいっつうのにさまあいじめそりゃあるだろうけどあんなさ不良みたいなやつだもん
and that's why you
で
didn't.
ぶっちゃけ誰もさ警察にさチクんなかったのってことを
If the
やっ
law
ぱり
isn't fair to everyone,
みん
no
なあ
one
れ
will
か
obey it. The law
心の
is
中で
only
は
able to help the powerless because it
加害
can't
者
be swayed by money, force,
復
or
讐したいって
anything
思って
else.
たんかこの人にとってさ控訴する理由ないよねここで一旦終わらせてそこから
To
あ
render
この人
justice with
殺人
confidence,
して
he
たんだ
requires
あ
sufficient
もう
evidence.
遅いですよねみたいなことを
Some of the victims' families refused Kawana's
う
offer
ん
for
確かにっていうことは RK とつながってるやつとこの殺人につながったやつ
where
違
she
うって
was
こと
killed.
Yes?
I have no intention of admitting to killing Mikoshiba in court. Is your appeal still worth a damn?
We won't know till we try. Let's go, Sari-san. We have client approval to proceed with the appeal. We better act fast.
Yes, agreed.
Yagami-san. Sawa-sensei's death isn't on me. Even if I have grabbed the tiger by the tail.
By that logic, you may as well admit that Miko Shiba didn't kill Toshiro-kun. You can't have it both ways. Listen to me. Everything about you, about Kawana,
なんてのこれ
about why Sawa-sensei had to die, we're gonna expose all of it. That's the only thing left we can do.
本当だよ、澤先生とかマジで
Okay. Take a look at this, Yagamishi.
今年になって
Reiko
からか
Kusumoto. It hasn't even been a full year yet.
Looks like she's still got a good rep.
Yeah, there's almost no criticism of her out there.
The Ministry Revolution. Bucking the Bureau. Vice Minister's pretty high up there, yeah?
うん
Big time. If she really did take Kawana, and in that case, she'd need some kind of connection.
Some kind of connection?
Fair enough, but RK already took an innocent life while hunting Kawana down.
Right. And still, no matter how dangerous the gang, murder, then again, if someone's, especially if that someone has vice minister
う
status,
んもみ消せるってことか
Well, the internet's not gonna give us much else.
maybe we should.
Would it really be that?
Mitsuru Kusamoto's still in it.
Yes?
If he's in a hospital, we can.
I get you.
Huh.
What's what now?
Breaking news from the net. It says man.
And?
It's hitting the network
Wanted
news
for the
too.
murder of
Kanagawa
private school
PD is conducting a search for the suspect, self-proclaimed handyman
Uwa.
Ryo Kitakata. Nearby
Why are they looking for?
Shouldn't they be after...
It's also surfaced that he's been
ツレションすんのかい大の大人が
Damn. What's he up to?
なるほどね
Nice spot you brought me to. Very romantic.
Well,
何が
let's have
苦
a
しく
shitty
て
conversation. Might as well do it
少なくとも
pleasantly.
景色ぐらい良くなきゃダメかって
Do the cops really believe Kawana is responsible for Sawa Sensei's death?
We wouldn't be looking for him if we weren't serious. We even have a warrant.
To arrest Kawana?
His real name's Yu Kitakata. He's been using a fake. In my eyes, he was suspicious and
What about Soma from Arcade? He should have been spotted on the nearby cameras too. Like when he entered her apartment.
he wasn't.
How is that possible?
Let me rephrase. There's no footage that had RK anywhere near it.
あ
What's
ー
that supposed to mean?
From the moment Miko Shiba's murder went down, the higher-ups had been busy playing politics. I had a handle on things when they were just competing with Tokyo PD over who got to grill Hara. But after that murder footage came out, it really stirred shit up. Sawa-sensei's case has me scratching my head too.
うん
Someone at the top is trying to keep details under wraps. They think it'll work even in this day and age.
You're saying the whole force is in on a cover-up?
It started with the footage surrounding Sawa's apartment. Someone on the inside erased it.
え
Any footage that had the arcade guys tagged in it is totally wiped.
確かにそれはそれで怪しいな
Erase the footage. Are you serious?
Yeah. You heard me. Kawana leaving her place is all that's left. Even the parts where you show up are long gone. Before and
そりゃそうだ
after,
ろうなキムタクが映ってる部分全部 RK と戦ってるとこだからな
is Kawana himself.
Who would go so far to erase the footage? Who would do something like that?
It's time to let it go, Yagami. Miko Shiba's case and Sawa-sensei's case, they're closing the book. And to tie up the loose ends, and this is the shitty part, Kawana has to die in an accident.
What?
As soon as they track him down, they'll put him into custody and then blame it on negligence. They'll say he resisted arrest and died in the struggle, I guess. Someone clearly wants Kawana gone, and they have the power to do
警
it.
察
Come on.
腐ってん
Who could have that power?
Kawana is clearly a target of someone higher up. Even if he sees it coming, he won't be able to stop it. As far as I'm concerned, the case is closed. You wouldn't understand until you've been on the force. When the team you're playing for is rotten to the core, all you can do is look the other way. As for me, I'll stick to the cut and dry cases for a while. That's what'll keep me an honest cop.
That's bullshit! You'll shut the lid on the trash, ignore the smell of the rot coming from inside, and go on pretending it's justice? And then you call that being an honest cop?
Asshole. Did you forget that you were talking to a detective?
You never did answer the question, Nami-san. Who had the authority to erase the security cameras? Who wants Kawana dead so bad that they do it inside?
Even if I told you, what the fuck could you do about it, detective? Smartass!
マジで
Leave it alone, Yagami. It's for your own good.
Is that your call? Well, I think I'll be the judge of that.
You little piece of shit! I've had enough!
ああ、やっぱりもう分かってたけどよ。今度は警察と使うんか。嫌だな。この人結構意外に簡単かもしれない。あ、いや。マジでないな。ぶっちゃけ俺さ、戦闘面において大丈夫なんだけど、コマンドの筋肉がさ、おう、こういうことだ。マジこれさ、難易度チェンジってしていい？イージーモードにしたの、このコマンド入力マジクソだろ。
They broke the lock and forced their way into Sawa-sensei's place. That's when Soma came in. I'm sure she was terrified. They were pointing an ice pick at her. When I found her, her eyes were still open. I could see the tears. Yet the police are going after Kawana instead of Soma. And the cops that were there know he isn't a suspect, but say their hands are tied. So it'll be my voice you hear instead of hers. And when they come to silence me, I'll know who the puppet masters are.